everyone. Welcome to Midsummer Night's Dream Zoom edition. We are an international cast spanning 3 countries and 2 continents. During lockdown, we have found a way to keep live theatre alive. You've just seen that, which is great. This is a live show, very much so. We do have a GoFundMe up. It is in our About Us section on Twitch. It's also in our chat. You can donate to us there. The money will go 50-50 towards our artists and towards our chosen charity. Our artists are all freelancers. They are finding it difficult to work in theatre during lockdown, as you can probably imagine. So any support you can give us would be great. The charity was voted on by our audience last weekend, and the winner was Black Lives Matter. It's a very worthy cause. There's a bit of information about Black Lives Matter, their website, going into our chat right now. Please look them up. We're donating to their London branch, or their UK branch. So please do help. You'll be helping everyone out, really. And no donation is too small. So if you like what you see, you can also follow us on Twitch for more in the future. There will be a 5-minute interval, roughly about 50 minutes into the show. So you can grab a cup of tea or a drink, or go to the loo, that sort of thing. Do connect with us on the chat function. We have got someone standing by to reply. If you haven't used Twitch before, you do need an account to use the chat function. It is free. You are welcome to start an account. If not, you can just watch us, but you won't be able to interact, really. And that's it. Hopefully you enjoy the show.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days brings in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow the old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bone, you bent in heaven shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Ah, Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injuries, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Egeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her allegiance, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in this case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Oh, Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes should with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I'm made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die a death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your father's will, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they who master so their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage, but earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which withering on the virgin thorn grows, lives and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grosso live, so die, my lord, and I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield with thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander. True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, and, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not then I prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll vouch it to his head, hath made love to Nedar's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I had heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Egeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me. For aught that I could ever tell, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
A cross too high to be enthralled too low.
or else miscraft in respect of years,
A spite too old to be engaged too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of merit.
Oh hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or, if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as lightning in the collied night, which in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man have power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it. So quick, bright things come to confusion.
Yet then true lovers have been ever crossed. It stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love and thoughts and dreams and wishes and tears, or fancy followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. If from Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me then, still forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in a wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by the Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which kniteth souls and prosper loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Good speed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? Not fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching, oh a favour so, your words I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'll give to you to be translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Or that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
He is folly, Helena, he is none of mine.
None but your beauty with that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he shall no more see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did the Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then, what grace is in my love to dwell, that he had turned the heaven into a hell.
Helena, we will to you our minds unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the woods, where often you and I, upon fainted primrose beds, were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet. There my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes, and seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve aside from lovers' food till deep morrow, deep midnight.
I will, my love.
Good night.
Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know but all that he do know. And as he errs doting on Hermia's eyne, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood he will tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here am I, to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll, with every man's name that is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors and so grow on to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Oh, what is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallantly for love.
Oh, that will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest. Yet my chief humour is for a tyrant. I could play Urkel's rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far and make a man of foolish fates. This was lofty. Now to the rest of the players.
Francis!
This is Urkel's vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender!
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is a lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
Well, that's all one. You can play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisne, Thisne.
Oh, Pyramus, my love dear, thy Thisbe dear.
You must play Pyramus, and Flute you, Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
You must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug, the joiner, the lion's part, and I hope we have a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written for you? If it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly that you would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they might shriek. And that were enough to hang us, everyone.
It would be enough to hang us every mother's son.
Right, friends, if that you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will persuade my voice that I will roar you as gentle as any sucking dove. I will roar you unto any nightingale.
But you can play no part but Pyramus! Pyramus is a proper man, a sweet-faced man, as one will see on a summer's day, a most lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-coloured beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, or your French crown-coloured beard, your perfect yellow.
But, masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a league without the town, by moonlight. There will we rehearse. For if we were to rehearse in the city, we'd be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meanwhile, I will draw up a bill of properties such that our play warrants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously.
At the Duke's Oak,
be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
Enough. Hold or cut bowstrings!
How now, spirits, whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, for a bushfire briar, over park, over pale, for a flood, for a fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen. Farewell, thou lobe of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his rebels here tonight. Take heed, the queen comes not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she, her attendant hath, a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had a sweeter changeling. But jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to brace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear, all sprangled starlight sheen. But they do square, that's all their elves for fear, climb into acorn clumps and hide themselves there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow, are not you he? That frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labour in the quern, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no balm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speaks aright, I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest sober and make him smile, when I a fattened beef-fed horse beguile, neighing likeness of a filly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks, on her lips I pop, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. Oh, the wisest aunt telling the saddest tale. Sometimes a 3-foot stool mistaketh me, then slip I from her bottom and down topples she, and falls into a cough, and the whole choir holds their hips aloft. Oh, and in their waxen knees and swear, a merry hour was never wasted there. But run, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest step of India, but that forsooth. The bouncing Amazon, your buck-skinned mistress and your warrior queen to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him to the glimmering night from Perigenia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Egil break his faith with Ariadne and Antiope?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring wet we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound, and thorough this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts, far in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hyam's thin an icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds, is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which, And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do thou amend it then. It lies in thee. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling child to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by nightfall often has she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. When we have laughed to seal the sails conceive, and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait, following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land, to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal of that boy, did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy. And for her sake, I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away. We shall chide down right if I long stay.
Go thy way. Thou shalt not from this wood till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle pup, come hither. Thou rememberest that very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal, thrown it by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it would pierce 100,000 hearts. Yet I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votaress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that herb, the flower I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that he sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, then drop the liquor of it in her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. The next thing she espies, be it lion or bear or wolf or bull, or meddling monkey or busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take the charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her boy to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I shall overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I slayed, the other slayed me. Thou told me thou wert stolen unto this wood, and here am I, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest the truth tell you I do not, no, I cannot love you, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
I'm sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege for that. It is not night when I do see your face, therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood like worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed and were not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite o'er-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enamel skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Here, take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. The sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies shall be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou, be here again ere the cock crows.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come, now a roundel and a fairy song. Then to your offices and let me rest.
The sport it takes with double tongue. For in jokes we have seen, use and blind words do no wrong. Come here, a fairy queen. Fill the room with melody, singing a sweet lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby. Never on spell no charm. Come on, be lady, nice and good night with lullaby. We spiders come not here. Hence you long let spinners hence. Beetles back approach out near. Whoever says you know of this. Fill with melody, singing a sweet lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby. Never on no spell no charm. Come about me, lady, nice and good night with lullaby.
Hence way, now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it out or cat or bear or pard or boar with bristled hair. In thine eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be so, Lysander. Find you out of bed. For I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
My good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, do lie for the rough, do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms entertain it with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie for the rough in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here's my bed. Sleep, give thee all his rest.
We'd have that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, upon whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence! Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despiser the Athenian maid. And the maiden by his side, sleeping sound on the ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack-love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thine eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakes, let love forbid, sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
Charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Say, on thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the less it is my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel, though Demetrius do fly, monster might fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye? But who here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep. I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows their heart, that through their bosom makes me see your art. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word. Is that vile name to perish on my sword?
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, But Helena, I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says thou art the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, and I being young till now, ripe not till reason. But touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes martial to my will and leads me to your eyes, where I owe a look. Love stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but that you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth, you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused, should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit to the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. Or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit, and my heresy of all be hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might to honour Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me, do thy best to break this cruel serpent from my breast. I may for pity what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander, lord? What, out of hearing? Gone, no sound, no word? Alack, when are you speaking if you hear? Speak of my loves, I almost sound with fear. Now then, I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you will find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, and here's a marvellous convenient place for our rehearsal.
Peter Quince.
Green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn break our tiring house, and we shall do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Oh, by our lacking a perilous fear, jeez.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it'll be written in 8 and 6.
Oh no, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of a lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble. My life for yours, if you think I come hither as a lion, 'twere pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are, and there indeed let him name his name, and tell them plainly he is Snug the joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But here's two hard things. That is, to bring moonshine into the chamber, for you know Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
When doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine.
Find out moonshine.
Okay, check it out.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
I, or else one, must come in with a lanthorn and a bush of thorns and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. And there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, so says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. And let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. But masters, come, rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
10 homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen. What? A play toward? Oh, I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, begin. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savours sweet.
Odors, odors.
Odors savours sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe, dear. But hark, a voice, stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb? Well, you must not speak that yet. But that you answer to Pyramus. You say, speak all your part, cues and all.
Oh.
Pyramus, enter, your cue is past. It is never tire.
As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous, oh, strange, pray, masters, fly, masters, help!
I'll follow you, I'll lead you around about, through bogs, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a bear, a hog, sometimes a fire, and neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn like horse, hound, hog, bush, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Oh, bless thou, Bottom, bless thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. Well, I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they will hear I am not afraid. The owlsel-cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
Well, The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dare not answer nay. For indeed, who would put his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo? Never so.
Oh, I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamoured of thy note. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first note to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. Yet to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more's the pity that some honest neighbours will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. Oh, if I had enough wit to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate, and the summer still doth tend upon my state. And I do love thee, therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy myrtle grossness so, that thou would like an airy spirit go.
Ready?
And I.
And I. And I.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and night tapers tax their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail.
Hail. Hail.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. I have my love's tongue. Bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked, then what it was that next came in her eye that she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower. While in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, shrewd mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stores, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skin and the barren sorts, who Pyramus presented in their sports, forsook his scene and entered into a break, and I did him this advantage take. And as his knoll I fixed on his head, and anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth comes my mimic, that when they him spy, like wild geese at the creeping fowler eye, or russet pated chops in the many sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, seethe themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight did his fellows fly, and at our stamp here, oh and oh, one falls, and murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Oh, their sense thus weak, lost in their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong, for briars and thorns on their apparel snatch, some hats, some sleeves, from yielders all things catch. I led them on this distracted fear, and left Pyramus translated there, when in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
Those tales are better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with a love juice as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he wakes by force she must be eyed.
Stand close, this is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, I rebuke you, him that loves you so. Lay breath so bitter for your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou I fear hast still given me cause to curse. If thou hast lain Lysander in his sleep, been o'er his shoes in blood, plunge in the deep, and kill me too. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. For should a murderer look so dead, so grim?
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with its stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in a glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? How good Demetrius wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hands.
Out dog, out cur, thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true, even for my sake. Dost thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him in sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm another do so much? Another did it for with doubler tongue, that thine, the serpent, never had their stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for all that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
The privilege never to see me no more, and from that hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while, I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for death that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay. Before his tender here, I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man hold in troth, a million fell, compounding oath on oath.
out the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. Fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou, bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be nigh, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy bands, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fun pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, O devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er?
I had no
With
judgment
oath,
when
and
to...
you will nothing weigh. These vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine iron, crystal, this muddy? Oh, outripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you're all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? We must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I'm sure you hate me with your hearts. You are both rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know I know. Therefore, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Thou do not buy mine Alexander found, mine ear I thank it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. He fair Helen, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Can this not make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
Speak not as you think, it cannot be.
No, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared The sisters' vows, the hours we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us. Oh, is it all forgot? All school days, friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries moulded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart. And you will rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend. 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even that now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak praise. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear it by that which I will lose for thee. To prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, quick, come!
Where dost answer this, Lysander?
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird. Bridal thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Out, loathed medicine, hated poison, hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
And Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
Why can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me, wherefore? Only one use, my love. Am not I Hermia? Are you not Lysander? Am I? I am as fair as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, then since night you left me. Why then you left me? But then the gods forbid in earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more.
You juggler, you conquer blossom, you thief of love! Where have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Why, faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet! Why? So that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she had made compare between our statures. She had urged their hate, and with her personage, her tall personage, her hate forsooth, she had prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, though painted maples speak? How low am I? Am I not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes?
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I'm a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think that because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower, hark again!
LaTanya, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him, but he hath chid me hence and threatened me, to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And so now you will let me quiet go to Athens, while I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You'll see how simple and how fond I am.
Why get you gone? Who isn't that hinders you?
Foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
No, be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. And though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again! Nothing but low and little! Why will you suffer there to flout me thus?
You minimus, you not grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that's calling your services. Let her alone, speak not of Helena, take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow, nay, I'll go with thee, chick by jowl.
You mistress, all this coilest look of you! Nay, go not back!
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and don't know what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakes, or else commits thy knaveries wilfully.
Believe me, king of shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I should know him by the Athenian garments he had on?
You see the lovers seek a place to fight. Hie, therefore, Robin, overcast the night, and let these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way, till o'er their brow death counterfeiting sleep with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath his virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens will the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. Then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My very lord, this must be done with haste, for night swift dragons cut clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burials, are to their wormy beds gone, for fearless days should look their shames upon. They wilfully themselves exile from light, and must die with black-browed nights.
We are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town, goblin lead them up and down.
Ah! Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Ah!
Lysander! Speak again! Thou run away! Thou coward! Hast thou fled? Speak! In some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars and will not come? Come, Requiem, come thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod, he is defiled.
Yeah, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me, and still he dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster did he fly, though fallen am I in dark, uneven way. And he will rest me. Come thou gentle day. For if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for when I walk thou runst before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mockst me! Thou shalt bite this tear if ever at thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constrained me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hour, shine comfort from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight. From these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye. Steal me a while for mine own company.
Yet but three, come one more, two of both kinds make up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Oh, Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Ever so weary, never so in woe, bedoubled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest till the break of day. Heaven's shield lies under if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye gentle lover's remedy. When thou wakes, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. In the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known, that every man shall take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Gill, naught shall go ill, the man will have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur, get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, good Monsieur, and good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Have a care that the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with the honey bags in your... Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Give me your neef, Monsieur Mustard Seed. I pray you leave your courtesy, good Monsieur.
What's your will?
Oh, nothing, good Monsieur, but to help cavalry cobweb to scratch. I muster the barbers, Monsieur, for methinks I am marvellous hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass that if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Oh, truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire for a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek out the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. Oh, but I pray let none of you people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Oh, sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist the female ivy, so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? That dotage now I do begin to pity. For oft when I have met her behind the wood, I have upbraided her and fell out with her, for she his hairy temples then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, she in mild terms begged my patience. I then did ask of her changeling child, which she straight gave me, and her fairy sent to take him to my bower in fairyland. Now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take thou the transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking when the others do, may all think no more of this night's accident, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, oh, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamoured of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
When thou wakes with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in jollity, and shall tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and blessed to all fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy King, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we over the night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering maid.
Come, my lord, and in our flight tell me how it came this night, that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
We will, fair queen, up to the mountain top and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when inward of Crete they bade the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet chiding.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flute, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here, this Lysander, this Demetrius is. It's Helena, old Nedar's Helena. I wonder at their being here together.
No doubt they woke up early to observe the rite of May. And hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Egeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine's is past. Begin the woodbirds but a couple now.
Pardon, my lord?
I pray you both stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How come this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethinks me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law, and live for many
enough, my
moons
lord. You have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, that they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood. And I, in fury, hither followed them, fair Helena, in fancy, following me. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia melted as the snow, and seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like in sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more shall hear anon. Egeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple, by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning something now is past, our purposed hunting we shall set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
This thing seems small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Things I see with parted eyes, when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think that Duke was here, bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then, we are awake. Let's follow him and By the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is Most Fair Pyramus. Peter Quince. Flute the bellows mender, Snout the tinker, Starveling. God's my life, stolen hence and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was... There is no man can say what methought I was, and methought I had... But man is a patch fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. Man's tongue is not able to conceive, his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It will be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it at the latter end of the play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I will sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Has he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he comes not, the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too, and he's a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords, and the ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom! Thus hath he lost 6pence a day in his life. He would not have scaped 6pence a day. And the Duke had not given 6pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. 6pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Oh, Bottom! Oh, most courageous day, most happy hour!
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Oh, let us hear, sweet Bottom!
A word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, and every man look o'er his part. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred.
Yes!
In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they must hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breaths, and I do not doubt but to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy.
Bottom, what's
No more words. Away! Go away!
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antic fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen, they have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, as apprehends more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all as frantic, sees Helen's beauty in the eye of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven, and, as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes, and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would but comprehend some joy, it apprehends the bringer of that joy. And in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told o'er, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnessed than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us, waiting your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where's our usual minister of mirth? What revels are in hand? I mean, is there no play to ease the anguish of this torturing hour when we call Philostrate?
Here, mighty Theseus.
Oh, say, what abridgment have we this evening? What masks, what music? How shall we beguile this lazy time, if not with some delight?
Here is a brief how many sports are rife. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That have I told my love, in glory of our kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage, well, that is an old device, and it was played when last I came from Thebes, a conqueror. Oh, the thrice 3 muses, mourning the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is a satire, keen and critical, not suiting to our nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth? Merry and tragical? Tedious and brief? Oh, that is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord in this discord?
There is a play, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. Well, for in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What is it that they do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, that never laboured with their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your highness nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I've seen it over. It is nothing in the world. Unless you will make sport of their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see the wretchedness overcharged, and in his duty perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, thou shalt see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing of this kind.
A kind of we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do. Noble respect takes it in might, not merit. When I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, or I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accents in their fear, and in conclusion dumbly have broke off, not paying me your welcome. Oh, trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet I picked a welcome. And in the modesty of fearful duty, I read more than in the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity in least gives most to my capacity.
My noble lord, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our good will. That you should think we come not to offend, but with good will, to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. We consider then we come not in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should hear repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow does not stand upon the points.
He hath read his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder. A sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you will know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. With this man with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine, for you will know by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This goodly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall. And Lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth there and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let Lion, wall, moonshine, and lovers twain at large discourse, whilst here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. Well, lion may when many asses do.
In this same interval, it doth befall that I one snout by name present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, are to whisper very often secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this cranny is right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim-looked night. O night with hues so black. O night, whichever art when day is not. O night, Alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, which stands between her father's ground and mine. O wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eyne. Thanks, courteous wall, love shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss! Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me!
Ow!
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth say, should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You will see, it will all fall pat as I told you. Thus she comes.
Oh, wall! Full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I hear a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe?
My love! Thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lysander, I am trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not Shafalus to Procrus was so true.
As Shafalus to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
No, I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's too meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done thus wall, away doth go.
Now the mural is down between the two neighbours.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination, them, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You ladies, whose gentle hearts do fear, the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion, rough in wildest rage doth war. Then know that I once snugged a joiner am. A lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity of my life.
A very gentle beast, of a good conscience.
The very best at the beast, my lord, that have I so.
This lion is a very fox for his valour.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valour cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I'm sure, cannot carry his valour, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well to leave to his discretion, and let us hearken to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn his horn in his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself the man in the moon do seem to be.
But this is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How is it else the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see, it is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears, by his small light of discretion, that he is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lanthorn is the moon, I the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all this should be in the lanthorn, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Lion.
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shone, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
Well mouthed, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious, golden, glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor night, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? What can it be, oh dainty duck, oh dear? Thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. Oh fates, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
True my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, outsword, and wound the pap of Pyramus. Aye, that left pap, where heart doth hop. Thus I die, thus, Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die, 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 die.
Oh, die but an ace for him, for his but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
Ah, she'll find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she'll be brief.
Moat will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means Fidelis.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak, speak! Quite dumb. Dead, dead! A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers make moan, his eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come, come to me. With hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue not a word, come, trusty sword. Come, blade my breast in... my breast imbrue. And farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and wall too.
No, I assure you the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see an epilogue or to hear a Bergamask dance between two of our company?
No. No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse, never excuse. For when the players are all dead, there needs none to be blamed. Marry, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly and very notably discharged. But come, your Bergamask, leave your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn as much as we this night have overwatched. And now we bring out our jollity and mark this solemnity in nightly revels.
And now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf beholds the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all the weary tasks were done. And now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, everyone brings forth his sprite, in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by triple Hecate's team from the presence of the sun, chasing darkness like a dream, are now frolic, not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. But I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through this house give gathering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar, and this ditty after me sing and dance it trippingly. Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand, never more hair, lip, nor star, nor mark prodigious such as are despised in the tea, shall upon their children be. Every field you consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless, through this palace with sweet peace, and the owner of it bless, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet us all at break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, whilst these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, if you pardon, we will mend, and as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
We have seen news that I once do no wrong. Fairy queen. He's singing a sweet lullaby. Lula, 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 lullaby. Never harm or spell nor charm. Come on, be lady, nice song goodbye. Please, I just come not here. spotted snakes with double tongue. Thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind worms do no wrong. Come hear our fairy queen. Fill a mill with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. Lula lula lullaby, lula lula lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm. Come, a lovely lady, nice, so good night with lullaby. Weaving spiders come not here. Hence you long-legged spinners' heads, beetles back approach not near.